Hey, what's going on, beautiful jellyfish? It's Tracy. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of time today to hang out with me. I really appreciate it. I'm really sorry that this video is up a little bit late. I started my spring break and just did absolutely nothing for a couple of days, and it was very nice and very enjoyable. So yeah, that is the reason that this is up a little bit late. I do have the cats in here. Zelda chilling on her cat tower, being adorable, queen that she is. Leia's like half in a bag, half not, can't really make up her mind. Is just really happy, just vibing and thriving. Like, I can't blame them, you know? Okay, so we're gonna be doing black staples. This is part 2. I love filming these videos. Basically, the whole idea behind this is I only talk about 10 cards per video, and basically I talk about cards that you can run in a variety of different commander decks that kind of works. So this isn't really like looking at this with a narrow focus. This is more so looking at this with a more like wide scope, being like, okay, you could run this card in this deck or this card in this deck and that kind of thing. So I will list part 1 in the down bar below, and let's just jump into it. So okay, I love this card, and I don't necessarily know if like some people would classify this card as a staple, but I think this card is really cool. Priest of the Forgotten Gods. I almost said Forsaken Gods. Forgotten Gods. This card is so cool. It's only 2 mana for what it does, and I feel like it does a lot of things. So first, you tap her and you sack 2 other creatures. Now here's the reality is if you're playing this in a variety, so you could do a couple things with this. You could do this with cards where it says like when this creature dies, so and so happens. Like think like Solemn Simulacrum type of effect. So like when it dies, you get something out of the exchange. Or you could do things with tokens, or you could do like a hybrid of both. And I feel like black in particular runs a lot of those, like when it dies, this happens. So I would say that this card makes it really cool because it's a sack outlet and you sack 2 other creatures. So if you have multiple things, which is cool. And then any number of target players each lose 2 life. So you could just basically, you know, it's a little like poke at everybody, which is really cool. And they also sack a creature, which is so cool. So you get to sack 2 creatures for everyone to take 2 damage, and then they can also sacrifice a creature. But let's just say you want to be political about this card, you can definitely do that. And you add 2 mana into your pool, and you get to draw a card for 2 mana. I understand that you sack 2 creatures, but it doesn't matter. The thing is you're sacking, you don't really care that you're sacrificing those 2 things because you're getting so much benefit from this card. I think this card is so cool. This is like a perfect, like, I call them like jack of all trades cards where it does a lot of different things and it checks off a lot of boxes. I think this card is extremely versatile and does a lot of things. I really love this card a lot. Okay, let's talk about my gal, Sidisi, Undead, Vizier. Can I get a confirmation how that's pronounced, please? Can I have a pronunciation expert? Thanks. Okay, love this card. I like Sidisi and I go way back. Like, I felt it was love at first sight, truly, for me. Hopefully it was for her as well. But she's awesome. So she's 5 mana for a 4/6 with Death Touch. Like, at the end of the day, like, after you've done your whole thing, she's still a 4/6 with Death Touch, which is so cool. Hard to kill. She exploits something. Again, you can exploit her, or you can be, you know, cool about it, where you can, you know, exploit something, or when this creature dies, whatever. And then you get to tutor. You don't have to, what's it called? You don't have to reveal the card, which is really awesome. And I think like what puts Sadisi apart from a lot of other things, other tutors, is there's a lot of other tutors that I absolutely love. Like pretty much in general, I love like all of them. But I like that Sadisi is a creature. Kind of a lot of mana, but when you think about it, it's like if you're in like a desperate situation where you need a creature on board or something like that, and you're going to get something that can like totally change the name of the game, Sadisi is your gal. I love it. For me, it's not like run this or that. It's like run both. Like run this and Demonic Tutor. You know what I mean? Who's to stop you? Run all the tutors that you want. It's your life, you know? Okay. Out of the corner of my eye, I just see Leia just hop over the bag like a little bunny rabbit. That was cute. Okay. And how's it? Zelda's like, what are you doing? I love when the cats like look at each other. Like, I think that's so funny when like one of them is doing something wild and the other's kind of looking at her like, what are you doing? It's like, I don't know either. If you figure it out, could you let me know? Okay, Zulaport Cutthroat. Love this card. Love this card. This is a like, you're playing black, you can just slot this in. You know what I mean? Like this is, I mean, that's kind of like the theme for all these cards, but like this card is awesome. So this says whenever another creature you control dies. So like keeping in mind that you're going to want your stuff to die, but like I think that's just like the theme of black. You know what I mean? Is your stuff is dying and then you're getting some sort of benefit, and then you have this Blood Artist type of effect. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people try to compare this card to Blood Artist. I'm pretty sure I talked about Blood Artist in the first part. And the reality with Zulaport is it does only impact your stuff, but to be honest with you, it's just run both. You know what I mean? Your stuff dies, you get to do a bunch of damage, and you get to gain life, which is awesome. So if there's one thing that I find myself, and let me know if you guys are also like this, I find myself running a lot of variety of type of cards, right? Like I'll run, you know, some cards that are flying, you know, I'll run some cards that, you know, remove artifacts or exile things or whatever. And I think like the one area that I think I don't run as much in my commander decks is like that little bit of life gain. And I think that Zulaport's a really good way to do that, where like it's not like the whole point of your deck is, it's not like, oh, I'm trying to gain a ton of life, but it's just like a nice, like, does the thing. You know what I mean? This card's awesome. Okay, cool. Okay, Phyrexian Reclamation. Truly, I adore this card. Adore this card. This is like one of my favorite black cards of all time. It is amazing. So it's 1 black mana. Like, can we just like, why? Why is this card only 1 black mana? Truly, I don't understand either. And then for 2 mana, you do not have to tap this card. You could do this as many times as you want. You pay 2 life. You don't care. Your life total is like 342. I really want a compilation of someone making a video of myself with how many times I talk about your life total in Commander, where it's like just like different clips. It's like 30 seconds long of just me being like, yeah, your life total is like 795. Like I need that. Someone get on that, please. But your life total is a lot in Commander. It doesn't matter. You pay your life, and then you return to your creature from your graveyard to your hand. This card is awesome, and I love it. It goes with everything. It's like that, like, wardrobe staple. It's like your black t-shirt in your wardrobe. It goes with everything, you know? Yes, I just compared Phyrexian Reclamation to a black t-shirt. Here we are. Or a pair of jeans. It's like, Phyrexian Reclamation is like your pair of jeans. You run it in everything. Okay. In Garricks Wake, I feel like I might get a little bit of like, ooh, why did you talk about this card? Hear me out on this card. There's a solid amount of board wipes, and you know, like Damnation is obviously like a huge staple. I'm pretty sure I talked about that card in the first part, and Damnation's great. It's 4 mana, it destroys all creatures, they can't be regened, it's great. It's a great staple, right? But I really love In Garricks Wake because it is a lot of mana, and I just want to recognize that. And I think that if you're running this and you don't have a lot of things that are on the higher curve, I think you can get away with it, which is kind of how I feel like a lot of times, where I feel like I have just a couple of cards that fit into that like more expensive, but a lot of times I feel like my curve is on the lower side. And I do that very intentionally. And I think especially for the higher competitive level games. But I think if you're someone who you just play casual Commander, you don't play anything super serious, and you're looking for just like a board wipe that can really benefit you but really hurt your opponents, I feel like In Garricks Wake is it. It's a very budget-friendly card too, which is awesome and always a bonus. It destroys all creatures and planeswalkers you don't control. The idea behind this is you play it, it's on the top of your curve, you play it and you win. That's kind of just the whole idea behind it. Because it is on that like higher mana side, but I really like this card a lot. I think it's cute. I'm a fan. Okay, Revel in Riches. This card is ridiculous. Like, ridiculous. Like, do you ever think, like, people in the Wizard of the Coast are, like, designing a card and they're like, my master plan is coming together? Because that's how I feel like when about Revel in Riches. This card's awesome. It's 5 mana. Whenever a creature an opponent control dies. Okay, just stop right there. Creatures are dying all the time. Left, right, you name it. Because of combat, because of removal spells, because of board wipes. All the time. They're dying. Okay. A colorless treasure. You create a colorless treasure, which is point blank already really good. Like, that's already really cool. A creature your component controls dies and you get a treasure, which is awesome. You sack it, you can add 1 mana of any color into your pool, which is great. Then, at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 10 or more, you win the game. I just need to know who authorized this. I really need to sit down and have a conversation. 10 treasures. This is, like, so easy to get off, I feel like. You know what I mean? You board wipe. Oh, you remember that In Garricks Wake that we just talked about? You play that. You destroy all their things. And then you just casually have this. It does say on your upkeep, so to be fair, it does have to go around like a you know, turn cycle, but I don't know, maybe you instant speed board wipe or something. Maybe you're cool like that. I don't know your life. Little Vidal Ganori moment in there, you know. Paul, I'm talking about one of your favorite cards, Revel in Riches. Nice. Thanks for the feedback, babe. Okay, this card's awesome. I love it. If it just like, it's an alternate win condition and it's so easy. Like, it's, you know, sometimes like you have to work for combos. You gotta be like, okay, but I need this card and I need this card, and there's nothing wrong with that. Those are cool, but this is like Easy win, people. You play it, you slam it down, you let people do your thing, whatever. This is a card that like people just have to remove immediately because you're probably just gonna win. You know what I mean? Love it. Okay. Diabolic Intent. I love this card. I feel like this card is very similar to Demonic Tutor, but this card says that you have to sacrifice a creature. That's like literally the only difference between this and Demonic Tutor. But to be honest with you, like, do you care? Cool, I'm gonna sack my 1/1 token, or I'm gonna sack my thing that says when it dies. Like, do you really care? No. You could totally use this to your benefit, and you tutor, and you don't have to reveal it, which is super cool. And it's only 2 mana. Bless you. It's a little bit more on the expensive side, but do you really care? No. Invest in good tutors. That's like a piece of advice from me to you. Invest in good tutors. Okay. Oh my gosh. I love Arguel's Bloodfast. If you were to ask me, like, what is your, like, top 10 black staples, this card is in there for sure. And it's an enchantment. And you guys know, it takes a lot. I've talked about 3 enchantments in this video. Oh, I'm going to talk about 4. 4 of these are enchantments, guys. Wow. Black has some legit enchantments. Okay. Arguel's Bloodfast. It's 2 mana. Love. Pay 2 life, draw a card. You could do this as many times as you want. Your life total is 759. Who cares? You just pay all your life. You draw all the cards that you need to. What I really also like about this card, though, is the other effect of this card. And I don't know if I've ever gotten to the point, because I have this card in every single one of my black decks. I don't think I've ever gotten to the point where I've done the last ability where you can, like, where you get to 5 or less life. And then I forgot, is it like a Maze of Ith on the other side? Oh, no, sorry. What is the one that's the Maze of Ith that I'm thinking of? I don't remember. But the other one is you sack a creature and you gain life equal to its toughness. So you can kind of like crawl back from the game from this card, which is actually really cool. But to be honest with you, I just think the top, beginning part is just the staple. I don't necessarily find myself getting to like less than 5 life because at that point I'm probably dead. But if you're in a situation where you are like, I don't know, 4 life and then you need, support, Arguel's Bloodfest has gotcha. Card is awesome. I absolutely love it. It's also a very budget-friendly card, too, which is always a win. And you can get it in foil for also really cheap, which is great. I mentioned another enchantment. We're doing it. Animate Dead. I absolutely adore this card. I love it so much. Okay. It's 2 mana. You enchant creature in a graveyard. In a graveyard. Not just your graveyard. In anyone's graveyard. You get to do it. Absolutely love that. And then, enter the battlefield. If it's on the battlefield, it loses integrity or whatever. So it's on the battlefield, right? With Animate Dead equipped to it. The wording of that is like verbose. The point is you get it back from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's the main idea. And when Animate Dead leaves the battlefield, you have to sacrifice that creature. So it's not like you just forever get that creature. It's not like you do that. So that's like the one like downside, I guess, or like the second downside. The other downside to Animate Dead is it gets -1/-0. You do not care. Truly, you were like, I do not care literally at all. You don't. And it does make it a little bit more fragile because once Animate Dead is removed, you do have to sack the creature. So it's not only are you fighting with creature removal, you're also fighting with, well, they don't have creature removal, but they have artifact or enchantment removal. They can just get rid of your Animate Dead, which is a little bit on the sad side. But regardless, getting back, your super threatening thing or getting back someone else's super threatening thing, it's one of those like, oh, I know you're going to recur your thing, so I'm going to stop it. I'm going to get your thing and take it, which is super cool. Or you can just get back one of your own things. I love the possibilities with Animate Dead. Really, just the possibilities. It's up to you. You can get back whatever's in a graveyard. I absolutely love this card. It's awesome. It's a great card. Okay, last card we're talking about is Rune-Scarred Demon. Card's kind of a lot of mana for what it is, but then you're left with a 6/6 flyer. Like, are you mad? I don't think so. And then you tutor. You don't have to reveal it, which is awesome. I love it when tutors say you don't have to reveal it. I'm like greedy when it comes to tutors. I'm like, not only do I want to tutor, but I don't want to show you. Why would I want to do that? I don't. Rune-Scarred Demon makes it so you don't have to. And it's a tutor on the stick. This is a really good card that you could Animate Dead. Speaking of Animate Dead. You're just like, all right, I'm going to tutor, and then I'm off with the 6/6 flyer. Are you unhappy? I don't think so. The card's great. I love it. Not a whole lot to say there. Great card. And that is it for 10 more EDH Black Staples. Pretty sure I already have part 3 planned. Possibly part 4. They're coming. They're moving. These are really fun videos for me to film, and you guys seem to really like them. So thanks for all the love and support on those. And if you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel if you're not already, and I'll catch you in my next one.